We've now returned for another fantastic radio drama. This production is sure to leave its marks on you. Flywheel, Shyster and Flywheel in The Kidnapping.
Law offices of Flywheel, Shyster and Flywheel. No, Mr. Flywheel isn't in. He's in court trying your husband's case. Uh-huh. Just a second. Here he is. Oh, Mr. Flywheel. Here's Mrs. Watson on the phone.
Oh, good. I was just gonna call her. Hello, Mrs. Watson. How are you? That's fine. Your husband? Oh, yes, I meant to tell you. He got 5 years in prison, but don't worry, Mrs. Watson. I've got a very pleasant surprise for you. I'm gonna knock 10% off my bill. Goodbye. Miss Dimple. Miss Dimple, put down that telephone book. This office is no place for a bookworm. Say, tell that assistant of mine I need my dry cleaning.
Mr. Ravelli? He isn't in yet.
Well, when he comes in, you better tell him to take out more fire insurance. I'm gonna fire him on Saturday.
Why, here he comes. Oh, hello, Mr. Ravelli.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Dent. Hello, boss.
Ravelli, do you realize you're a half hour late?
I couldn't help it, Mr. Flywheel. I fell down a whole flight of stairs.
Well, do you take a half hour to fall down one flight of stairs? Anyway, I don't believe that story.
All right, if you don't believe that story, I'll tell you another one. I came late because, well, we had a little money trouble at the house.
Money trouble, Mr. Ravelli?
Yeah, my little brother, he swallowed a whole nickel.
Really? What did you do?
Well, next week's his birthday anyway, so I'll let him keep the nickel.
Hey, stop jabbering and clean out my desk.
Clean out your desk? I cleaned out your desk yesterday. That's where I got the nickel.
Okay, Ravelli, I'm going to my private office. When I come back, I don't want to catch you loafing.
All right, if you don't want to catch me loafing, you better whistle before you come out. All right, come in.
Mr. Flywheel, permit to introduce myself. I'm Bertrand T. Bardwell. I suppose you mean hear about my trader work and my fight against crime?
Oh, yes. I've been hearing about you for a number of years, and frankly, I'm getting pretty sick of it, too.
Why? I happened to be in court this morning when I heard your thrilling address to the jury sent that man to prison for 5 years, where he belongs.
Oh, my speech sent him to prison? That's a good one on the jury. I was defending that guy.
Mr. Flywheel, my organization is waging an intensive fight against crime in the city, and I feel that you're the man who can help us drive the crooks out of town.
Hey, why should we drive him out of town? Let him walk.
Nice work, Ravelli.
You see, gentlemen, my committee is determined to rid the city of the public enemy number one, Big Joe Crookley. Although Crookley himself is in hiding, he has crime organized like a big business. In fact, some of his gangsters have an office only 2 doors from here.
Well, Bardwell, you came to the right man. There isn't room in this town for gangsters and me, Waldorf T. Flywheel. That's why we're putting up a big hotel in the spring.
Boss, you leave it to me. Ravelli is plenty smart. I go next door, and I'll tell them gangsters to move.
An excellent idea, Ravelli. But wait a minute. You've got your hat on wrong.
Well, I don't know which way I'm going yet. And say, if you see my brother, tell him to wait.
I don't know your brother.
I never thought of that. All right, then. Tell him not to wait. Goodbye.
Mr. Flywheel, I can see you're a man of action. Sometime later, I'd like to interest you in our charity work too.
Charity work, Bardwell, I'm not the kind of fellow who likes to talk about his good deeds, but it may interest you to know that I've been sending pretty large-sized checks to various charities, and not even the charities know that the money came from me.
But Mr. Flywheel, I don't understand. Can they tell by the name on the checks?
No, that's how modest I am. I didn't even sign the checks.
Why, Mr. Flywheel, what's this? Someone just put a note under the door.
Well, pick up the door and get it.
It says, why, good heavens, it's Mr. Crookley's gangsters. They've kidnapped Mr. Ravelli for meddling in their affairs.
Kidnapped him?
Listen to this. Unless you send us $10,000, we will kill Emmanuel Ravelli.
They'll kill him? Mr. Flywheel, what are you going to do?
Keep cool, Bardwell. Miss Dimple, take a letter to Big Joe Crookley. Dear Joe, received yours of the 5th institution, in which you state that unless I send 10,000, you will kill Ravelli. I haven't got the money, but the proposition sounds very attractive. Send further details.
Who's there?
Open that door, Slim. It's me, Crookley.
Okay, Chief. I was scared it was the cops.
You don't have to be scared. The cops are never gonna find this place. Where's that Ravelli?
Inside eating. That's all he's been doing since we grabbed him off a week ago. Hey, Chief, is that lawyer Flywheel coming in through with the 10 grand?
I think so. He's on his way here now.
Say, what if he bring the cops?
Don't worry. He won't go shooting off his mouth. I told Flywheel what's good for him. And now I think I'll have a talk with that Ravelli.
Right, Chief.
Hey, Ravelli. Ravelli, put that dish down. I'm talking to you.
Oh, hello, Mr. Crookley. Sit down. Have a piece of pie. I just had 3 pieces, and I'm afraid to eat any more.
What?
Sure, if I eat too much fry, I'm afraid I'm gonna get pie-o-rhea.
Look here, Mug. We've been treating you pretty nice. You know why? Because if Mr. Flywheel don't show up with that 10,000 bucks today, you ain't gonna live very long.
Hey, you crazy? I feel fine. I think I'll eat some more pie.
Who is it?
Say, Chief, there's a guy coming in. I think that Flywheel.
Flywheel, don't let him in until I have the pie.
Bring him up here.
Okay, Chief. This way, mister.
Well, Mr. Flywheel. I,
Cut out the formalities. When are you gonna kill Ravelli?
Hey, boss, is that what they want to do?
Don't be alarmed, Ravelli. I've fixed everything. I've written a farewell note to your wife, and I've sent flowers to your sweetheart. I've also arranged for a nice, quiet little funeral. There'll be 8 carriages for your family and a motorcycle for your friends.
Quit stalling, Flywheel. Did you raise that money?
Oh, I raised the money, all right, but unfortunately I had to spend it on Ravelli's funeral.
Come on in.
Hey, Chief, I gotta talk to you.
All right. Get right with you. Listen, Flywheel. You and Ravelli stay right here. Come over here, Slim. What is it?
Chief, Butch just called and said he better lay low on these guys. The cops is all steamed up about the kidnapping and they kind of suspect you.
Okay. I'll try to grab off with the dough, and we'll throw them both out of here.
Yeah, maybe you better, Chief.
Look here, Flywheel. Forget the 10 grand. You give me $5,000, and Ravelli can leave here.
Sure, I like to leave here. It's a very nice house to leave in.
What about $5,000?
5,000? Crookley, can you make it 3,000?
All right, I'll make it 3,000.
That's talking, Crookley. Now, if you make it 2,000, I'll make it 1,000. I haven't got the 1,000 in cash, but I'll give you my note for 30 days. And if it isn't paid by then, you can keep the note.
Listen, you guys. I'm gonna give you exactly 5 minutes to make up your minds. When I come back in, you're either gonna fork over the dough, or it's gonna be curtains for both of you. Get me? Curtains. For the both of yous. Now think fast.
Boss, we're in a tight fix. What are we gonna do?
First, Ravelli, I think I'll have a piece of that pie. Take some for yourself.
Thanks, boss. I'm full.
Well, put some in your pockets.
They're full, too. It's Crookley.
Crookley. He's probably bringing us the curtains.
Better hurry up, you guys. You got just 2 more minutes.
Ravelli, I've got to give this a lot of thought.
Hey, boss, I got an idea. It's cold in this room.
It is kind of chilly. See what the thermometer says.
You can't believe that thermometer. One day it says 60, next day it says 65. It's no good.
Well, the thermometer ought to be kept at 70.
I can fix that. I'll just light a match under it. Watch.
Ravelli, be careful of those draperies!
Hey, boss, they're burning. Oh, boy, look at that fire.
Oh, Crookley!
What you want?
Can I use your telephone?
You think I'm crazy?
Answer my question first.
And let you call the cops, I suppose.
Not at all. I just wanted to call the fire department and ask them where the nearest alarm box is. Crookley, I don't want to seem like an old gossip, but your house is on fire.
What? What's that? What you guys been up to? Slim!
What's up? What's wrong?
Quick, bring some water.
You can make mine ginger ale.
And I'll take some pie. Hey, I know a song about pie. Good pie forever.
Say, Crookley, why don't you call the fire department? I know all the boys at Hook and Ladder 78. and tell him to bring along a deck of pinochle cards.
Doing, I don't want no cops or firemen snooping around here.
He's right, boss. This is calling the fire department now. The place is already on fire.
Ravelli, open the windows. Open the windows. This smoke is beginning to get to me.
Yeah, there's too much smoke. You better put out your cigar.
Slim, it's the fire department. The cops too. Watch your step.
This way. I think there's somebody in there.
Gee, Crookley, you better duck.
Don't worry, Slim. The cops around here ain't gonna recognize me. Listen, Flywheel, no cracks about me being Joe Crookley, if you know what's good for you.
Count on me, Crookley, old boy. I'll see that your name isn't mentioned. Oh, policeman! Policeman!
What is it?
I want you to meet Emmanuel Ravelli, the fellow who started the fire.
What?
Oh, and before I forget it, when you report this fire, don't mention Joe Crookley's name because there's a warrant out for his arrest.
Silence in the court. His Honor, the judge. Everybody rise.
Hear ye, hear ye. The municipal court is now in session and stands until adjournment.
What's the next case, clerk?
It's the preliminary hearing, Your Honor, in the case of Joseph Big Joe Crookley, charged with the kidnapping of Emmanuel Ravelli.
Proceed with the hearing.
Your Honor, please. One moment.
What is it, Mr. Bardwell?
Your Honor, I'd like to say a few words in behalf of the Citizens Committee Against Crime.
Of course, Mr. Bardwell.
My organization regards this case as tremendously significant and wants to commend Mr. Flywheel here in open court for his noble, fearless, public-spirited activities in bringing that archenemy of the people, Joe Crookley, to justice.
Gentlemen, the court wants this case to proceed.
Very well, Your Honor. If you and Ravelli will keep your trap shut, I'll proceed. As I was about to say before the judge horned in, when I was a wee bit of a tot, I was left an orphan.
You was left an orphan? What did you do with it?
Mr. Flywheel, the court must ask you to sit down. Now, Mr. District Attorney, proceed with the hearing.
If Your Honor, please, the State's Attorney's Office has been requested by the Citizens Committee to let Mr. Flywheel conduct the prosecution because of his splendid work in tracking down Joe Crookley.
Very good. Joseph Crookley, where's your attorney?
Judge offered to play penny, but, I couldn't get a lawyer in this town with the nerve enough to take my case. I even offered to pay as high as $5,000.
Just a minute, Your Honor. I'm talking now not as Flywheel, but the liar, but as Flywheel the man, the defender of human rights. In a court of justice, Your Honor, every man has certain inalienable rights. Every man has a right to advice and counsel of a lawyer, especially if he has $5,000. Crookley, I'll take your case. Trot out the 5,000 clams.
Mr. Flywheel, the court was under the impression that you were going to prosecute Crookley.
Well, I was under that impression, too, until I heard about the 5,000. Let's start the case. The first witness for the defense is Emmanuel Ravelli.
Mr. Flywheel, you can't call Ravelli for the defense. He's the man who says he was kidnapped.
Oh, so that's the story he's been spreading. Well, he's a liar.
Hey, what do you mean calling me a liar?
You're a liar. I didn't call you a liar. See, Your Honor, he wouldn't tell the truth under oath. Ravelli, get up there and take the oath.
Okay, boss.
Order, order. Emmanuel Ravelli, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Hey, you want me to lose my job?
Emmanuel Ravelli, where were you born?
I was not born. I had a stepmother.
Come, Ravelli, tell the court your birthday.
Sure, Judge, I'm just, 28.
28? Why, you said you were 28 when you appeared here in court 2 years ago.
Well, when Ravelli says something in court, he sticks to it.
There you are, Your Honor. I guess that'll hold you for a while. I make a motion that you dismiss the charges against my client.
Motion denied. Mr. Flywheel, have you any other witnesses? I don't think this one is intelligent enough to understand court proceedings.
Did you hear that, Ravelli? Your Honor, just to show you what a fool you're making of yourself, I'm going to give my witness an intelligence test. Ravelli, what's the first letter of the alphabet?
Give me a hint.
Ravelli, is that question so hard for you?
No, the question's easy, but the answer's hard.
All right, I'll try another one. Where was the Declaration of Independence signed?
At the bottom.
Right.
The court cannot help regard all of this as irrelevant and immaterial. Mr. Flywheel, you now claim that Crookley did not kidnap Ravelli? How is it that Crookley was found at the scene of the crime where he was holding Ravelli prisoner?
Frankly, Judge, that's got me kind of puzzled too. Say, maybe it was Ravelli who kidnapped Crookley.
Just a moment, Mr. Flywheel. The prosecution hasn't been heard from yet. Do you expect to talk much longer?
Certainly. The longer I talk, the longer my client stays out of jail. Your Honor, Joe Crookley is really a fine boy at heart. He's very good to his family. He never goes home. Why, for a whole year, he didn't talk to his wife. And why didn't he talk to his wife? Because he didn't want to interrupt her. Your Honor, I demand a habeas corpus.
A habeas corpus?
You needn't be embarrassed, Judge. I don't know what it means either.
Mr. Flywheel, you've wasted enough of the court's time. Mr. District Attorney, call your witnesses.
Your Honor, the state has been surprised in this case. We had counted on Manuel Ravelli as our witness. And since he's shifted to the defense, I'm afraid we have no case.
In that event, I am forced, much against my will, to dismiss the charges and release the defendant, Joseph Crookley. Crookley, you may go.
Hey, thanks, Judge. So long, dear Flywheel.
Hey, Judge, he's leaving the courtroom. Bring him back.
Bring Crookley back? What for?
He owes me $5,000.
You crazy, boss. We owe him $5,000.
We owe him $5,000?
Sure, he had $10,000 in his pocketbook.
Well,
Well, I got his pocketbook.